welcome to today's graphic design tip of the day. For today's tip, we're going into Adobe Photoshop to learn a special trick of how to replace text with an actual image. I'm going to show this two different ways. The first way is with an image that already exists, so it's not a text layer. You can see that it's an image layer, as in the logo or whatever you have that's pre-made. And you want to select each of our letters here. So you have a couple options. You can use your magic wand tool to click on them, holding down shift to click on each of those letters individually. Or if you have the option to use the object selection tool, you can just swipe over the top of all of those letters, and Photoshop does a really nice job of selecting each of those for you. Now, if you have a complicated background, obviously that might not work as well for you. So once I have that selected on my layer, I'm going to go ahead and hide that layer temporarily. And I want to unlock this background layer, the layer of the image that I have. And if I simply go to select and inverse and hit the delete key on my keyboard, I'm going to be left with just my text and my image and no longer have any of that image that was above. If you say this is a PNG, it's going to have no background for you. So let's take a peek at the second way. During the second option, you can see that I have my type layer here. I just used my type tool to type out my name, and I'm going to go ahead and rasterize this layer. So if you right click on it and go up to the rasterize type option, it's going to turn it into an image layer just like we had before. And I can do the same thing that I did, either my object selection tool or magic wand, to grab all of those pieces of my letters. If you notice that it didn't grab part of my K down here, you can always make those corrections, or you can use your magic wand tool. So going through and clicking on each of those, holding down shift, it seems to do a little bit more accurate of a job with those solid areas. Now, same thing as what we did before, I can hide that layer that I created, go down to my background layer, make sure it's unlocked. And if I go up to select and inverse, hit delete on my keyboard, and I'm going to get that exact same result that I had before with just my image inside of the text. Save it as a PNG and you're ready to go. I hope you enjoyed today's graphic design tip of the day. As an extra little bonus to today's tip, you can try this. I'm going to make a layer right above my text layer, and instead of having my text selected, I want to go to select inverse so that my opposite is selected in the background. Grab your paint bucket tool and drop whatever color that you'd like as the background color. Now, if I click on that layer, make sure everything is deselected. So I just grab my marker, okay, click once, and on that layer, go to layer, layer style, and down to drop shadow. And I can add an interior shadow, going through the adjustments here at whatever angle and distance, spread, and blur that you'd like on the inside of that shape to add a little extra pizzazz to my text.